Wang is your everyday loser dreaming of having a one-night stand with this crush until his bullies beat him to reality and throw him off a bridge. As Wang looks back on his miserable life, he finds a mysterious cube object that gives him superpowers to become the only king of the world. However, before any of this, a girl named Xinyao is in the library studying as her phone rings. Upon answering, a man's voice warns her that she's in danger. Suddenly, some men in suits appear. They look mean, so Xinyao runs for the door, but another man blocks her. She has to run the other way. She finds a closet and hides inside, locking the door. The bad guys start breaking down the door, and Xinyao is scared. Then, the phone man tells her to turn around. There's a glowing yellow light, and a hand reaches out to grab her. Xinyao shuts her eyes. When the men finally break in, she's gone. The man who warned her is Wang. He teleports her to safety and tries to escape the agents using parkour moves, but the agents have a secret weapon, a gun. One of them shoots Wang, and though he is not seriously hurt, he knows he can't run forever. Wang gets hit hard by one agent, and more agents rush at him. He punches one away and fights off two more. Wang still faces one agent. He takes off his coat, showing that he's ready to fight seriously. The agent lifts a building and throws it at Wang, who catches it using his powers. He breaks the building into pieces and throws them back. Then he compresses the pieces until a huge explosion happens. This explosion sends both Wang and the agent into a mirrored world. Wang is frustrated. This mirrored world causes trouble for him. The agent pulls out his gun, but in this dimension, it doesn't work. At the same time, yellow energy surrounds Wang and pushes the agent into the water. Time begins to rewind. Wang hopes things go differently in this new loop. Xinyao wakes up back in the library. She remembers nothing. At a high school gathering, they play Jenga. Xinyao gets nervous when she looks at Wang and causes the tower to fall. According to the game rules, she must share a secret. Everyone teases her to say who her crush is. Wang smiles, thinking she won't say his name, but to everyone's shock, Xinyao admits that she likes him. She says she has liked him since they met in middle school. Wang feels like he is dreaming. This moment should be the best day of his life, but after the party, a group kidnaps him and takes him to the river. He has never seen these people before, but their boss, Sun Jun, is a known gangster. Sun Jun likes Xinyao too. After hearing that she likes Wang, he becomes jealous and angry. Instead of letting it go, he decides to hurt Wang. Sun Jun makes a video call to Xinyao using Wang's phone. He shows her how badly Wang is being beaten. Xinyao is shocked and scared. Wang tells Sun Jun to leave her alone and says he doesn't want her to worry, but Sun Jun wants her to watch Wang suffer. He insults Wang, saying he doesn't deserve a girl like Xinyao. He orders Wang to promise never to go near Xinyao again or else he will drop him into the river. Wang refuses to betray Xinyao and headbutts the man holding him. The man loses grip, and Wang falls into the river. Sun Jun didn't expect this to happen. He starts to panic because he only wanted to scare Wang, not kill him. Now, he may have just murdered someone, and Xinyao saw everything. Under the water, Wang sinks. He remembers his past. Years ago, he ran away from a fight and lost all his respect at school. He hears two girls calling him a crybaby. After school, everyone leaves, but he sits alone outside. Then Xinyao walks out and sees him. She thinks he must have forgotten his umbrella and offers to share hers. Wang says he can walk alone, but she reminds him it's raining. She even blows on the wound to make it feel better. From that moment, Wang imagines spending his whole life with her. They become very close friends. Back in the present, Wang opens his eyes under the water. He sees a glowing light at the bottom and swims toward it, thinking he has nothing to lose. At the bottom, he finds a small glowing cube. When he touches it, it enters his body. He feels sharp pain and then gets pulled out of the water. He travels through a wormhole and ends up inside the cube. When Wang wakes up, he is confused. A system appears and says he now has a special power, the ability to draw a 15-meter circle around himself and teleport anywhere inside it. Wang doesn't believe it until he is suddenly teleported high into the sky above the canal. Below, Sun Jun is still looking for Wang, thinking he is dead. Then Wang is teleported again, this time into an empty classroom at school. He now believes the power is real but doesn't understand it. The system explains that it is not a voice in his head, but actually inside his body. Wang ends up at home and takes a shower. His phone still works, even after being underwater. He calls Xinyao and tells her he's alive. She worries and suggests reporting Sun Jun to the police. Wang says there's no need because Sun Jun doesn't know he survived. The cube activates again and pulls Wang back into it. Inside, the system says it has formed a link with Wang's body. Wang now controls the Heradric Cube Universal System and is its master. Wang still doesn't fully understand. He asks where he is. The system says this space is inside the cube. Though the cube is small on the outside, it has endless space inside. Wang asks why the system chose him. The system says it wants to help him achieve his dream, to become the king of the world. He asks the system to keep the training going, but it tells him that his energy is finished. Now, he can only train for 1 minute at a time. Wang doesn't understand why the system changes to electronic mode, but his main focus is learning how to pick a location when teleporting. The system tells him to use radiation to picture his surroundings. When Wang uses his ability, he sees inside nearby houses, but it quickly drains his energy and he passes out. Later, he wakes up in his bed and notices the power cube beside him. He gets upset and demands to know where the cube came from. The cube says it will stay with him forever and will disappear if Wang dies. He goes online to search for more details about the system, but finds nothing. Just then, he gets a message from Shen Yao inviting him to lunch, which makes him happy. Wang asks the system how he can improve his power. The system explains that it can upgrade itself when he absorbs energy, but to do that, Wang needs a special stone. The strongest kind is found in his parents' garden, one yellow stone is in the landlord's house, and another is inside his mother's ring. Wang feels unsure, thinking these stones are important to his parents, but the system says the stones are just in their garden, not personal items. With new determination, Wang uses radiation to locate the stones. He finds the glowing yellow one and feels its strong power. The system tells him it's a stage 1 stone and can be used for upgrades. Suddenly, he finds himself inside a cube-like space and places the stone in a special slot. A strange feeling moves through his body, and he feels a burst of power. The system tells him that the stone has changed his DNA and made him stronger in combat. The next morning, Wang wakes up, gets ready, and heads to school. He chats with his friends until Sun Jun and his group show up, looking for him. Wang hides behind a book to avoid being seen. The system tells him he's now strong enough to face them. As Sun Jun moves forward, Shen Yao steps in and tells him to stop bothering Wang and leave the school. Wang tells her not to worry and says he'll take care of it. Sun Jun, full of anger, grabs Wang and tries to hit him, but Wang grabs his hands and warns him not to cause trouble again or he'll respond seriously. Sun Jun is shocked by Wang's power and challenges him to a fight at the North City Basketball Club at 5 p.m. After school, Wang goes to the club and sees Sun Jun waiting with his group. They laugh at Wang and call him weak for running away the night before. They say Sun Jun will teach him a lesson. When Sun Jun arrives, he says Wang won't be able to escape this time. The system warns Wang that there are 13 enemies and he only has a 20% chance of winning. One fighter named Chang steps up and starts the fight. He throws punches, but Wang dodges every one of them, tiring Chang out. Wang then strikes with full force, knocking Chang down. Everyone is shocked by Wang's sudden strength. The rest of the gang prepares to fight Wang together. They attack one by one, but Wang blocks and counter every move. With a strong kick, he knocks one of them across the room. He keeps standing firm, defeating several of them in a row, but then, one person holds him still while another punches him, knocking him down. Wang quickly gets back up and fights back with full strength. He grabs one attacker by the legs, spins him, and throws him at Sun Jun. Both of them fall to the floor. Now, Sun Jun realizes Wang is no normal person, his power is much greater. After beating the gang, Wang walks towards Sun Jun. The system suddenly warns him that he is running out of energy and can't fight much longer, but Wang ignores it. Just then, a new person named Huan enters with his own gang. He laughs and says he thought the fighters in North City were strong, but seeing Sun Jun lose makes him think otherwise. Huan now wants to become the new leader of North City. Wang replies that he doesn't care about their fight for leadership, but Shen Yao should not be dragged into this. Wang is too weak to fight now, so he uses his invisibility to escape. The lights go off, and Wang reappears behind Huan. He grabs his neck and slams him to the floor. Then, he defeats the rest of Huan's gang one by one. Sun Jun watches in shock as Wang shows amazing strength. Suddenly, the club manager bangs on the door, warning them to open it or he'll call the police. Sun Jun tries to run away, but Wang blocks him. He says he'll let Sun Jun go only if he admits in front of everyone that Wang defeated Huan's gang and that Sun Jun was wrong. After this event, Wang feels the need to become even stronger. He decides to collect more power stones, but in the city, most stones are already owned by others, and he doesn't want to steal. So he heads into the wild to find stones that no one has claimed. He spends all his money on tools and gear, and then walks into the forest to dig. After a long time with no luck, he gets frustrated. That's when the system speaks up, saying it has found strong energy deep underground in a hidden cave. But teleporting into the cave is not possible because the space is fully closed. The system explains that teleportation only works if there's at least a small gap. Wang searches carefully and finally reaches a lake. Using his radiation ability, he finds the perfect spot and teleports inside. He turns on his flashlight to search for an entrance, but sees nothing. The cave is colder and damp. The system tells him there's a stone nearby. Wang spots a large green stone and starts walking toward it. Suddenly, a huge snake appears behind him. Wang quickly vanishes and reappears in different places to confuse the snake. He moves forward slowly while the snake follows without realizing it. The system scans the area and finds 12 energy stones. Wang gets excited knowing these will give him great power. He picks up the first stone. As he reaches for the second, it slips and falls into a lower part of the cave. Using radiation, he finds it, near the snake. The snake charges and they both fall into the water. Wang grabs a shovel and hits the snake, then uses his teleport power to escape into the cube. The system tells him he now owns 11 stones. These stones come in 3 types: basic, medium, and advanced. Every 3 stones can be merged to form a stronger one. Basic stones only improve small skills, while advanced ones can unlock powerful abilities. Wang tells the system he wants an advanced stone. The system says it will take about 100 hours to collect the right stones. Wang needs to pick 9 to fuse. He already knows that combining 2 certain stones means he'll have to face a white serpent. Still, Wang fuses the stones and gains a big power boost. He then returns to face the huge snake, and with his new strength, Wang fights fiercely and beats the snake. After that, he jumps into the lake to grab the last stone. At the same time, Sun Jun and Huan join forces and make a promise to take revenge on Wang. Wang meets Xinyao, and she notices he seems like a completely different person now. He gently holds her hand and promises to always protect her, but Xinyao doesn't want him to take on too much by himself. Wang smiles and says they'll face all challenges together. They spend the day enjoying each other's company. Later, at a cafe, Xinyao plays a small game with him. She hides a candy in one of her hands and asks him to guess. Wang guesses correctly every time. She gets curious and asks how he always gets it right. Wang says that when she hides something, she unknowingly pulls her elbow closer to her body, but Xinyao can feel he's hiding something deeper from her. As they prepare to leave, Wang gives her a shiny gem he found in the cave, saying it's a gift. The next day, Wang starts to worry when Xinyao doesn't answer his calls. He assumes she overslept, but soon hears rumors that something bad happened in her building. Rushing over, he finds the area blocked by police. He overhears a woman telling the officers that Xinyao is missing. At that moment, he spots Sun Jun nearby, acting suspicious, so Wang follows him into a quiet alley. Wang punches the wall in frustration and demands answers. Scared, Sun Jun finally confesses everything. Meanwhile, in another location, a man named Luo is cruelly using Huan's face as a golf tee while hitting balls. Luo is angry about being lied to but is still determined to take down someone named Shigu Qin. It turns out Luo is the one who kidnapped Xinyao. He questions her about Shigu Qin, but Xinyao says she doesn't know who that is. Luo thinks she's lying because Shigu Qin once fought against the Organization of Extraordinary Men just to save her. He tries to hit her, but a man named Ji stops him, saying that even if Xinyao doesn't know Shigu Qin, it's clear Shigu Qin cares for her. Luo reveals that she's just bait to trap Shigu Qin. However, Yi is confused about why Shigu Qin hasn't shown up yet. He suspects Xinyao might know how to defeat him. Yi reminds Luo that no one knows where Shigu Qin gets his power, so they should keep Xinyao alive and force Shigu Qin to surrender. Luo agrees and leaves. Yi then warns Xinyao to behave, saying he won't be able to protect her again if something goes wrong. Back in the alley, Wang is shocked when Sun Jun tells him that Luo is the kidnapper. Sun Jun then shares a scary story. Luo once beat up a rich young master, and when the master's powerful uncle came to fight Luo, he saw Luo and instantly dropped to his knees to beg for forgiveness. That's how terrifying Luo is. Wang asks how Shigu Qin is connected to Xinyao. Sun Jun reminds him of an old incident from when they were kids. Xinyao was once saved by a mysterious man. That man was Shigu Qin. No one knew where he went, but when he reappeared, he broke Luo's fingers. The powerful Yin family put a bounty on Shigu Qin to avenge Luo, but they couldn't find him. In the end, they abandoned Luo, who has been searching for Shigu Qin ever since. Wang now understands the real reason Xinyao was kidnapped. It's because Huan lied to Luo, saying she had a link to Shigu Qin. Sun Jun admits he once wanted to work with Huan, but gave up because Luo is too dangerous. Wang, still determined to rescue Xinyao, shocks Sun Jun, but Sun Jun tells him to call the police and explain everything. Wang goes to the building where Xinyao is held. The power cube confirms that she's inside, as it can sense the gem he gave her. Meanwhile, inside, Luo asks Yi if they can defeat Shigu Qin. Yi replies that with help from Master Chu and the Million Martial Arts Alliance, they might at least injure him. Chu speaks through a puppet, saying he didn't join just for money, he wants revenge, too. Luo says he will stop at nothing to kill Shigu Qin. The cube then picks up 7 powerful energy signals inside the building. Wang wonders if the advanced stones have fully merged, but the cube says it still needs 30 more minutes. One of Luo's men, Pablo, spots Wang and tells Luo. Thinking Wang is just a weak nobody, Luo casually tells his men to go deal with him. Wang climbs to the top of a building and tries to open a locked door. A guard stops him and warns that the door is sealed with a spiritual force. If Wang touches it without the key, he could be badly hurt. At the same time, a voice in Wang's head tells him the enemy's strength is at 52%, while Wang's power is only 50%. Wang asks the guard to give him the key, explaining he needs to save his friend. The guard believes Wang is walking into danger and says anyone who enters the building will be killed, but when Wang insists, the guard tells him to go ahead. Elsewhere, Yen Luo is in a control room. He turns on the TV and watches Wang through security cameras, wondering how far Wang will get. Back at the building, the guard throws the first punch at Wang. Wang dodges and hits back, but his attack has little effect. They continue to fight. Wang tries a strong punch, but the guard grabs him and throws him to the ground. The guard then tries to stomp on Wang, but Wang quickly rolls away and avoids it. The guard charges at Wang again, throwing fast punches. Wang defends himself with speed, dodging and blocking as he looks for a weakness. He then delivers a powerful kick that sends the guard flying into a wall. The guard stands up again and tries to attack, but Wang punches him with a hidden force, sending him crashing to the floor. Though it's not a fair fight, Wang doesn't care, because this is about saving someone. He grabs the key and opens the locked door, ready to go higher. As Wang climbs, a voice warns him to be careful. He dodges an incoming attack, but the next one knocks him down the stairs. Another guard appears and asks how Wang defeated Pablo. Wang says Pablo almost killed him. The second guard walks away, saying he'll wait for Wang upstairs. Wang gets back up and climbs again. The voice informs him that this new guard's power is 75% stronger than the last. Wang becomes determined and challenges the guard to fight. The guard suddenly appears behind him, saying he won't use his sword because he doesn't want to kill Wang right away, but then he changes his mind and decides to fight for money. The guard attacks with fast knife strikes, but Wang avoids them all. Even when the guard throws the knife and makes it curve back toward Wang, he still dodges. Wang jumps in the air and lands a hit on the guard, but the man disappears again. The guard feels confident because he's trained in flying knife skills. He remembers his training in a dangerous room full of blades, which helped him discover his hidden strength. He sneaks up on Wang again and attacks, but this time Wang slaps him hard, sending him backward. The guard charges again and punches Wang hard. As he tries to stab him from behind, Wang pulls out a large bat and hits him with great force, injuring him badly. In another room, other guards watch what's happening. One says Chadley has been defeated like Pablo. A female guard is impressed by Wang's strength. Another guard believes Wang will lose if he fights Beowulf, guessing he can't last more than 10 minutes. The female guard says that if that happens, they can collect their reward and leave, but she also says it could be exciting if things turn out differently. Wang then faces Beowulf. He starts the fight with a strong punch, but Beowulf blocks it and counters with a powerful hit that knocks Wang down. Beowulf chokes him tightly, saying no one escapes his grip. Wang manages to pull out a knife and tries to stab Beowulf. Although Beowulf blocks it, Wang switches hands and cuts him just enough to break free. Wang punches Beowulf, but the attack does little damage. Instead, the power of Beowulf's body hurts Wang. Beowulf tells him there's a huge gap between them. Wang relies on weak tricks, while Beowulf has raw strength. Beowulf attacks with a mighty punch that misses but still causes damage to the area. He then throws a large piece of wood, which Wang narrowly avoids. Beowulf follows up with fast punches and a strong kick that knocks Wang down. Wang tries to run, but Beowulf catches him and slams him to the ground, trying to stomp him again. Wang quickly escapes and gets back on his feet. He says he will save Xinyao no matter what. He punches again, but Beowulf blocks it easily, then breaks Wang's arm and hits him several times. Beowulf throws Wang into a wall and delivers a massive strike that leaves Wang on the ground. Suddenly, the voice in Wang's body tells him that the power of the stones is complete and his strength has grown. Wang stands up again and thanks Beowulf for helping him unlock his full power. Beowulf says real fighting needs true strength. Beowulf attacks again, but Wang punches him with great force. Wang suddenly starts coughing up blood. He says it feels like his energy is going to explode. The system inside him explains that it is helping to remove toxins from his body, which is normal. Beowulf tries to attack while Wang is talking, but Wang blocks the hit and lands another powerful punch that pushes Beowulf back. Beowulf is surprised by Wang's strength. Back in the control room, Yen Luo watches in anger. He's upset that his top fighters have been defeated so easily. He complains that they couldn't even stop one ordinary man. His assistant says that Wang will be stopped by the next warrior. Yen Luo asks if he's sure. The assistant is confident. He says the next group, the Wua Alliance, is made of real professionals with a power rating of over 1 million. He says they are far stronger than the last fighters. Yen Luo doesn't want to hear guesses. He wants to know facts. The assistant explains that the girl from the next group wears a special bracelet that limits her power, but once she breaks free from it, everyone in the building should run for their lives. Meanwhile, Wang continues climbing higher. He feels extremely tired, but he pushes through. He tells himself that he has to save Xinyao, even if it costs his life. The system warns him that he is pushing himself too much. It tells him to stay calm and not get too emotional, but Wang replies that the pressure comes from inside him, and it's impossible to stay calm in a situation like this. He finally reaches another door and prepares to face the remaining guards. He is now joined by 2 other members of the gang. The battle is not over yet, but Wang is more determined than ever to fight for the one he cares about. Wang meets a strange and energetic girl named Kuei. She comes up to him and tries to understand how strong he is. At first, she is shocked to find out that Wang has no special powers or fighting techniques. He only depends on his physical strength. The man with Kuei, named Stone, explains that Wang doesn't care much about self-improvement and his inner strength is almost nothing. Kuei, however, is happy to learn that Wang trains his body a lot, which impresses her. When Kuei shakes Wang's hand, she suddenly hits him, which makes Wang very angry. He fights back and hits her too, but instead of getting upset, Kuei feels even happier. She thinks his energy is pure and harmless, like a beautiful gem. Wang, confused by her reaction, calls her crazy and walks away, but Kuei continues to laugh and attacks him again, landing many hits. Stone asks Wang to stop fighting and let it end, but Kuei isn't done. She walks up to Wang with a smile and kicks him into a wall. Now Wang is very angry. He punches Kuei hard enough to make her bleed. Kuei still feels happy and says the pain feels good. She attacks again, but this time Wang blocks her hits and punches back. Even then, Kuei continues to smile, enjoying the fight. Wang loses his temper and punches Kuei many times. Kuei enjoys the pain and asks if this is his real power. Then she knocks him to the ground and turns into a monster for a short moment. Stone, worried, grabs her hands and tells her not to use her powers. Kuei tells him not to interfere. She moves close to Wang and tells him that he is useful to her and that she wants to become stronger. She hits Wang again and makes a deep wound. When Wang looks for her, she disappears and reappears behind him to suck his blood. He quickly pushes her away, but she doesn't stop. She attacks again, forcing Wang to use a big stick to protect himself. However, she is too fast and strong, and she knocks him away. Wang realizes that he must take this fight seriously, or he might die. Kuei keeps attacking, hurting Wang again and again. He tries to hit her, but she jumps into the air and avoids the blow. Then she comes behind him and bites him, causing a lot of pain. After drinking some of Wang's blood, she nearly turns into a wolf-like creature. Stone throws a needle at her, stopping her transformation and bringing her back to normal. Wang is shocked to see this and realizes that she isn't a normal person, she is a monster. Wang sees some special stones nearby and thinks it's the right moment to grab them, but before he can, Stone suddenly hits him hard, shocking him. Wang wonders how someone can hit so powerfully. Stone prepares to fight, and Wang asks if he's the next opponent. Stone replies that he doesn't want to fight but also doesn't want to give up. He strikes again, but Wang dodges. Then Kuei starts feeling pain, and Stone goes to help her. He tells Wang that he came here to save a girl on the upper floor and that Wang can go up now. Wang asks if this means Stone is surrendering and how he'll explain this to his leader. Wang warns Stone that if he helps now and attacks later, it will cause problems. Stone replies that he is from the Wua Union and cannot surrender, but he offers to take a blood oath to show he won't be Wang's enemy. He promises peace with Wang and says if he breaks this promise, terrible things will happen to him. Stone also gives Wang a symbol from the Union and tells him to leave. Wang says this symbol might be fate. Stone tells him to return it if he doesn't trust it, but Wang says he respects him and believes in him. After this, the story shifts to Misha, who is Kuei's sister. Stone calls her and tells her to retreat because Kuei is tired, but before Misha can respond properly, she gets attacked and loses contact with Stone after falling unconscious. Then the focus changes to Yan Luo and his group. One of his fighters asks where Yan is going. Yan's assistant tells him that all the fighters they hired have been defeated. This surprises Yan and his partner. Yan asks if it's true, and the assistant confirms it. He says the plan must now change, and they should retreat quickly. Luca becomes angry and wonders if this was done by Shiguchin. The assistant replies that the real person behind this is even more powerful. The assistant also says a ceasefire has been declared with Wang. Yan Luo gets furious and tells another man, Chu Mushin, to wait with him and complete the mission. He offers double the money, but Chu Mushin hits Yan Luo, though the assistant steps in to protect him. Chu Mushin reminds them that he doesn't take orders for money. Yan Luo's assistant warns that this man is dangerous, being both the youngest and the most arrogant among them. The situation becomes clear. Wang's strength is shocking everyone, and people who once tried to control things with money or power now realize they're facing someone far beyond their expectations. Wang's strange fight with Kuei, his interaction with Stone, and the reactions of powerful enemies all show that things are changing fast and no one knows what will happen next. After defeating several opponents, Wang reaches the next floor. He expects to find another enemy waiting, but the room is empty. He remembers the system telling him there are 7 powerful people in the building, but he has only faced 5 so far. Suddenly, a voice surprises him. Wang turns around and sees a man named Chu Mushin sitting on a beam with a puppet on his shoulder. Chu Mushin says he will be Wang's next opponent. Wang asks the system to check his power level, and the result shocks him. Chu Mushin's level is just 7, which means he's just a normal person, but the puppet on his shoulder has a very complex design and is powered by an intermediate level gem. He proves it by placing a talisman on his leg and kicking Wang into a wall with great force. Wang is left gasping for air and surprised that someone so weak can hit so hard. Chu Mushin reveals his secret: he's rich. He bought many talismans from monks and uses them in battle. Wang gets worried and starts throwing bottles at him, but Chu Mushin blocks them easily. When Wang tries to fight back directly, he gets kicked in the stomach. So, Wang uses a dirty trick and throws dirt into Chu Mushin's eyes, blinding him. Now that Chu Mushin can't see, Wang starts landing punches, but Chu Mushin quickly jumps back onto the beam, uses eye drops, and recovers. Wang keeps attacking, but Chu Mushin catches his punches and sticks an explosive talisman to Wang's chest before punching him away. Wang tries to stay strong, but Chu Mushin keeps up the pressure, hitting him several times and sending him crashing through walls. Wang runs around the room to dodge the attacks. Finally, he gets close enough to knock the puppet down, but Chu Mushin sneaks up behind him and punches him so hard that Wang coughs up blood. However, in that moment, Wang grabs Chu Mushin's hair and wraps it around his hand. Then he spits into his palm and punches him across the room, holding onto some of his hair as a trophy. But then, Wang remembers Chu Mushin is a normal human and worries he might have killed him with that powerful hit. Luckily, Chu Mushin is alive. He had already placed a revival talisman on himself in case something went wrong. Though hurt, he stands up and swears he will use every trick he knows to win. He applies a special cream to grow his hair back and then covers his whole body with power-enhancing talismans. Now, with a major power boost, Chu Mushin rushes at Wang and beats him up badly. Wang tries to fight back, but Chu Mushin sticks several talismans on Wang's arm, making it heavy and hard to move. Wang grabs the puppet to stop the attacks, but Chu Mushin uses magic threads to swing him into a wall. Wang is exhausted and barely conscious. Chu Mushin approaches slowly, reminding him that those talismans cost millions. Wang doesn't care about the money, but then Chu Mushin activates them, making Wang's body heavier and weaker. He prepares a powerful explosion talisman and throws it at Wang, causing a huge fireball. Luo, watching the fight through security cameras, is impressed by Chu Mushin's power, but when the smoke clears, Wang is still alive. He had summoned a shovel from his inventory at the last second to block the explosion. Chu Mushin is furious because that talisman was very expensive. He sends his puppet again, but Wang knocks it down with the shovel and grabs its control string. Now that the talismans make Wang too heavy to pull, he drags Chu Mushin toward him and punches him hard. Wang is relieved that the battle is over and walks toward the final door, though he is so tired he can barely move. Meanwhile, Luo's butler warns him that they must leave the building immediately. Wang has defeated Chu Mushin, and if Shigu Qin shows up now, Luo won't stand a chance, but Luo refuses to run. He wants to take revenge for the day he lost his pride and fingers to Shigu Qin. At the same time, downstairs, Chu Mushin tries one last trick. The gem inside his puppet starts to beep. He set a trap to blow Wang up. Wang notices the sound and jumps off the building to escape. He uses a gravity talisman to float. Once far away, Chu Mushin activates the bomb, but nothing happens. Wang jumps after him, forcing Chu Mushin to use explosive talismans to defend himself. The blasts throw Wang off. Chu Mushin throws gravity talismans on falling debris and uses them as platforms to fight. He throws more at Wang, causing him to fall and crash into rocks. Wang uses his shovel to ride the blast and launch himself straight at Chu Mushin. Chu Mushin pulls in more explosive debris and triggers another blast that knocks Wang out cold. In this moment, Wang sees a vision of Shen Yao. He remembers why he's fighting and wakes up with a burst of strength. He uses his last energy to punch Chu Mushin so hard he smashes into the ground. Wang wakes up later, still weak, but with only one goal in mind, saving Shen Yao. He goes to the top floor and calls out for Shen Yao. Inside the room, he finds a man named Huan hiding. Wang remembers that everything started because of Huan and threatens him. Huan begs for his life and points to where Yao is being held. Wang rushes over and begins tearing down wooden planks to reach her. Yao tries to shake her head and warn him, but he doesn't notice. Once he removes the tape from her mouth, Yao tells him there is a bomb under her chair. If she stands up, it will explode. She begs him to leave, but Wang has dealt with many explosions today. Luo seals the room with an iron door. The room is also filled with talismans made by Chu Mushin, so Wang can't teleport out. He asks the system for help, but the system can't stop the bomb. Thinking quickly, Wang stores the bomb inside his cube space, making it safe even if it explodes. She hugs him in relief, happy he saved her, but when the bomb explodes inside the cube space, blood splashes across Yao's face. Wang falls into a coma. Yao tries desperately to wake him up. Meanwhile, Luo is angry that Yao survived. He walks in with a gun and shoots Yao twice in the back while Wang is unconscious. After Shigu Qin takes Shen Yao, her parents still have no idea where she is. They are heartbroken, and so is Wang. He blames himself for not being strong enough to keep her safe. Not only is Yao missing, but the system that once helped Wang no longer responds to him. He still has his teleportation ability, but all his other powers are gone. Just then, a car arrives behind him. A woman steps out, holding an umbrella. She calmly approaches and says she wants to talk, but Wang is too upset to care and ignores her. The woman then mentions she knows where Luo is hiding. This grabs Wang's attention because he still wants revenge on Luo for shooting Yao. She takes him to a nearby restaurant. As soon as they sit down, Wang again demands to know where Luo is, but she has a question for him first. She asks why he thinks the world doesn't know about people with special powers, even though they cause destruction often. Most people assume these powerful individuals are just good at hiding, but the woman says that's not the real reason. She reveals there's actually a secret organization that covers up every superhuman event. Wang isn't really interested in that, but she says he should be, because she's been protecting him for a long time without him knowing. Wang finds that hard to believe, especially since there are 3 men nearby ready to attack him. The woman, her name is Mu, reaches for a gun hidden in her clothes when she realizes he's onto her, but Wang uses his spatial awareness and warns her to think twice. He doesn't want to fight, but he also doesn't like being threatened. Mu calms down and continues their talk. She asks if Wang believes in the existence of a superhuman organization. Surprisingly, he says yes. It makes sense, since there are so many superhumans out there. Someone has to be in charge, but he doesn't understand what Mu wants from him. Mu explains that Wang, being newly awakened, is in danger. Other superhumans might try to target or use him. That's why she has been keeping him safe from behind the scenes. Now, she wants him to help her in return. Wang quickly guesses where this is going. She offers him a deal, complete 3 missions for her, and she'll give him information about Luo. Wang agrees, but only if she also gives him information on Shigu Qin. To his surprise, Mu agrees without hesitation. The first mission is to act as a bodyguard for someone important. Wang doesn't like the sound of that. He thinks it might mean missing classes, but Mu assures him that it's just a one-day job, and he'll be paid 50,000 yuan. Wang doesn't like working with shady people, but right now, he needs all the information he can get if he wants to save Xinyao, and Mu seems to be his only lead. Later, inside the car, Mu's subordinate asks her why she chose someone as unpredictable as Wang. He thinks Wang is too dangerous to control. Mu agrees, but says taking big risks is part of building a powerful team. She's done her homework on Wang and believes he's a good person. It's been a month since his powers awakened, and he hasn't done anything bad. He even beat several strong fighters already, so they've ranked him as B-level, but Mu suspects he's capable of much more. Unbeknownst to Mu, Wang is secretly listening to their conversation. He placed one of his cube spaces on her car and is now hiding inside it. He hears everything she says and now knows she's trying to use him to boost her group's status. The next day, Wang follows the GPS Mu gave him for the assessment test. It leads him to a forest. He starts to wonder if he's lost, but soon spots a hidden house. As he walks closer, the front gate opens. Inside the mansion, many other fighters have already gathered. They are all here for the same test. A man named Su walks in and tells them the rules. To be chosen for the job, they must be smart, fast, and strong. The tests will check all these skills. The first test is about observation. The room looks like a casino. Each person gets 5 chips. To pass, they must win 10 chips, but they aren't allowed to steal them. They have to win by playing games against each other. Wang is glad he doesn't have to fight, but he's not sure how to win these games. A man beside him advises him to avoid the slot machines since they're rigged. Instead, he recommends playing a card game like High-Low, which has better odds. He offers to team up, but before he finishes, he notices Wang has already wandered off. Wang walks around and finds a game where a coin is hidden under a cup. A man nearby just lost all his chips. Wang senses something suspicious but can't figure it out right away. The man from before finds him and challenges Wang to the cup game. Wang warns him it seems shady, but the man thinks Wang is an easy target. Confidently, he agrees to bet. Wang puts all his chips on the line, and so does the man. The woman running the game shuffles the cups quickly. The man watches closely and guesses the coin is under the left cup. But Wang has a different guess. He says the coin is in the woman's hand. Everyone thinks he's wrong. The woman tries to convince him to choose a cup instead. She even secretly moves the coin from one hand to the other, but Wang's spatial awareness tells him the truth. He asks her to show her hands, and she's forced to reveal the coin. Wang wins the game. Technically, she didn't break the rules, because cheating isn't banned, but the man is confused. He was sure he saw the coin under the cup. He starts to think deeply and realizes there might have been 2 coins. One was placed under the cup, and the other stayed in her hand. He can't believe he got tricked, and he's even more shocked that someone like Wang saw through it. After that, Wang passes the rest of the tests easily. By the end, he and a few others are chosen as bodyguards for the mission. Once all the bodyguards are gathered, they finally meet the man who arranged everything. His name is Mr. Piao. He welcomes them and congratulates them for passing the selection. He says he is sure that the upcoming event will be very exciting with such strong people around. He doesn't speak much and lets his assistant, Su, explain the rest. Su tells everyone that there will be rewards beyond the regular payment. Each bodyguard will receive 3 million yuan. This shocks Wang because he was told he would only be getting 50,000. He immediately questions Su about this. Su calmly explains that the full payment was already sent to Wang's agent, Mu. Wang now realizes that Mu tricked him and kept most of the money. He feels cheated, but he can't do anything about it now. Su informs everyone that the banquet will start in 6 hours. On the way to the location, they will be briefed about the mission. During the car ride, a woman joins them. She gives Wang and another bodyguard a folder filled with important papers. The event they're attending is called the Rudra Banquet. It is being held at a place on Earth known as State Age. Inside the folder, they learn about 7 different missions that will take place during the banquet. One of these missions is an auction. In this auction, there is a special item that Mr. Piao really wants. Later, all the bodyguards arrive at a large hall where the banquet is taking place. They see many rich guests standing around and enjoying drinks. When everyone is inside, the banquet officially begins. The bodyguards are told that their first task is a game called Warrior's Bell. Suddenly, a section of the floor opens, revealing a deep pit. One guest looks down and is terrified. Inside the pit is a huge alligator. The crowd is scared at first, but the announcer reassures them that there is a layer of bulletproof glass between them and the creature, so they are safe. The bodyguards, however, are not so lucky. The announcer explains the rules of the game. Each bodyguard must go into the pit one at a time. If they manage to grab the bell tied around the alligator's neck and leave the room alive, they win. The prize is a large amount of gold, but there's one condition. The only way out is by taking the bell. If they fail, they die. Wang realizes that this job isn't about protecting people. It's just a deadly game meant to entertain the wealthy guests. Some bodyguards still feel confident and step up. The first one enters the pit holding a spear and shield. Instead of being careful, he yells loudly and charges at the alligator. This wakes the creature, which leaps at him and kills him instantly. One of the guests cheers in excitement, clearly enjoying the violence. Mr. Piao seems disappointed, not because of the man's death, but because the fight ended so quickly. The announcer then reveals the truth. The creature is not normal. It is a modified monster created by a company called Goose. It is much stronger and faster than a regular alligator because of the experiments done on it. To encourage more participation, the announcer increases the prize by 30%. He asks if anyone else is brave enough to face the monster. Another guard decides to try. He figures that if he keeps his distance, he can win. Wang is confused about why people keep taking part in such a dangerous challenge. Another guard explains that their contracts include a rule. If no one volunteers, one person is chosen at random. This way, people try to volunteer so they don't get picked forcefully. Then he notices a man watching him from a balcony above. The man stares at Wang coldly, making him uncomfortable. Another bodyguard warns him not to look at that man. Meanwhile, the second fighter uses a clever strategy. He climbs along the walls and hits the alligator from above using his long weapons. His speed and skills make it hard for the creature to fight back. For a moment, it looks like he might win, but when he tries to finish the fight, the alligator spins around and hits him with its tail. The blow is so strong that the guard dies instantly, and blood sprays across the room. The announcer is clearly enjoying the show. Since another person has died, he increases the prize again by another 30% and asks if anyone else is willing to try. This time, everyone stays quiet. No one wants to risk their life, but then, one of Mr. Piao's guards whispers something to him. Mr. Piao makes an announcement. If anyone from his team manages to defeat the alligator, he will pay them double the current prize. Now, everyone starts talking. Wang is surprised to see how easily people are tempted by wealth. A bodyguard named Modi asks his boss, a man named Sanmu, for permission to fight. Sanmu truly cares for Modi and hesitates, but finally agrees. Just as Modi is about to step into the pit, another guard called Gold Poison interrupts. He says he wants to take the challenge too, because two people want to fight at once. A last man standing rule is triggered. Wang doesn't understand what that means. A nearby woman tells him that it means the two fighters must now battle each other to the death. Only the winner can fight the alligator. Right before the battle begins, Sanmu promises Modi a raise, a vacation, and a promotion if he wins. Modi is touched and turns around to thank him. That turns out to be a big mistake. While his back is turned, Gold sneaks up and attacks. He bites into Modi's neck and starts drinking his blood. It turns out that Gold's power lets him absorb someone's strength by sucking their blood. Gold walks into the pit, but unlike the others, he doesn't take any weapons. The announcer asks him why. Gold answers that using weapons wouldn't be fair to the gator. When the alligator charges at him, Gold jumps and lands on its head. He then gently kisses the creature's head before slicing it off in one clean move. Gold says he doesn't like hurting animals and wanted the death to be quick and painless. The announcer is impressed and declares him the winner. He offers Gold the prize and asks if he wants to take it now, but Gold is cautious. He tells them to deliver it to him later, suspecting something might go wrong if he accepts it on the spot. Now that the gator is dead, the guests ask the announcer if there's anything else. He says the show is far from over. They won't believe what's coming next. Everyone is curious, but also doubtful that anything could be more thrilling than the monster that was just defeated. As the cage opens again, Wang gets a strange feeling. Something dangerous is approaching. As the hall erupts in fear, everyone sees the monstrous creature Du has unleashed, nicknamed Taowu. Du beams with pride and explains the creature's only weakness, its cruelty. It will attack any human nearby, even the handler tasked with fitting its neck bell. Du doesn't care about innocent lives. Once Taowu finishes that terrified man, Du asks for brave challengers. A tense feeling grips Wang as he suspects a mole is working to sabotage things, but he lets the scene play out a bit longer. Du boosts the reward to twice the alligator's prize, hoping to tempt someone forward. A sword-wielding fighter steps into the pit and attempts to strike Taowu, but the monster ignores him and smashes the glass ceiling. Murmurs of alarm sweep the crowd. Though Du asserts the glass is unbreakable, Taowu's head smash cracks it, confirming its power. The beast then grabs the sword and glares directly at Du, as if seeking vengeance on its cruel master. On the sidelines, Wang realizes what happened. During the alligator fight, Wang had spread gold powder on the floor, only he noticed it. He thought this was to gain an advantage, but now he sees the real purpose, to lure Tao Wu into this chaotic moment. The golden dust was the setup. He knows that someone used it to incite Tao Wu's violence. Before Du can do more, Tao Wu breaks through the glass and charges toward him. Du panics. Tao Wu is attacking its creator. Just as Du is in danger, Morang, another guard, kicks Tao Wu back, saving his life. Du flees as Tao Wu momentarily calms down. Piao's advisors struggle to keep up appearances among the trembling guests. Mumu, who's been quietly observing, slips away unnoticed amid the chaos. She knows this disorder gives her the perfect chance to steal the obsidian essence from the vault. As she heads toward the treasure rooms, she knows security is stretched thin. A team called the Order Keepers arrives quickly and subdues Tao Wu with a single punch, far faster than Du expected. He is frustrated that his animal-caused mess was quelled too neatly, but Mumu's plans are already in motion. Meanwhile, in the mansion corridors, power has been restored, but a few guards are left investigating shadows. Mumu ambushes two of them, knocking them unconscious and confining them in a storage closet. She then patches her infiltration. She deactivates the security feed, sneaks down the elevator, and bypasses biometric seals using a fingerprint glove. She reaches what she believes is the treasure vault. Before she can proceed further, a vigilant Order Keeper spots her. There's no time to talk. She draws her sword and fights. Her opponent is skilled, and they clash fiercely. She loses her hat in the struggle. As a third guard arrives to shoot her, Mumu disarms him in one sweep and hurls him aside. She's about to finish the kangaroo fight, when her blade is flicked away and she's caught from behind, but before he can strike, a surprising defender appears, Wang. He intercepts the blade, inside the vault. He pulls the keeper's arm, breaks it, and knocks him out in one controlled move. Mumu is stunned, she didn't expect him here. He calmly says he's her bodyguard, and that's why he's inside with her. Earlier, he deduced that Mumu is the real mastermind, not Mr. Piao. Piao was positioned on the front lines. She stayed in the back, directing everything. That signaled to Wang that she was running the show, not Piao. The Order Keeper's reinforcements are already seconds away. Wang hears the sound of guards nearby. Wang asks, "Do you know where the real treasure is?" She thought they were in the main vault, but it's actually a decoy. Worse still, she doesn't know where the real one is. Wang suggests helping her find it, on one condition: she lets him escape with the obsidian essence afterward. Mumu agrees. Suddenly, they hear footsteps approaching. Wang and Mumu hide behind a wall as bullets fly at them. Enforcers have found their hiding spot. A leader shouts for a flashbang. Wang grabs it midair using his spatial awareness and sends it flying back. Dazed, the guards retreat temporarily. Wang and Mumu escape through the vault's back door. They reach a locked, sealed room and destroy one security camera to avoid being traced. For the moment, they are alone, but they both know time is short. Mumu thanks Wang for his help. He says it's not just about protecting her. He still needs intel on Luo and Shiguqin so he can rescue Yao. Moments later, the Order Keeper leader sees the injured guards and demands answers. As soon as the third guard leaves, Mumu emerges from her hiding spot above their path and jumps down behind the two escorts. She attacks, engaging a powerful fight with the leader. Wang jumps in and knocks the big male guard into a wall to support her. Mumu quickly dispatches the leader. The remaining opponent flees, and they waste no time. Wang leads Mumu to where he sensed the treasure with his spatial awareness. He tears a hole in a wall to find the hidden room. Inside, Mumu finds a scroll she came for, but Wang's eyes are on something else. He skips the scroll and heads straight for the obsidian cube sitting on a stand under a spotlight. He picks it up immediately. Mumu says the scroll is hers. Wang says he's not interested in dusty old texts. Mumu says they'll head down to the dungeon's drainage pipes, then they can crawl out of the building through old underground tunnels. Back above, the Order Keepers are waking the injured guards. Their leader yells at them for allowing the intruders to escape. She pressures them to take recovery pills, modifications to strengthen them so they can capture Wang and the culprit. In the underground lab, the professor hears that the body of Tao Wu has been recovered. At the same time, security guards on level B2 are told that Wang and Mumu are on their way. They quickly gather near the elevator and get ready to shoot as soon as the doors open. She takes out her sword and charges forward when the door opens. Back upstairs, the Order Keepers have recovered and check in with the B2 guards to get updates, but it's already too late. Mumu has defeated all of them. She shows him a map of the floor. Their plan is to go east and find another elevator that leads to the sewers. Wang thinks it sounds simple, but Mumu warns him that this floor is dangerous and full of traps. As they walk, they find a trail of blood leading to a door. Wang feels uneasy, sensing danger ahead. Inside, Wang sees something unexpected, a research lab for bioexperiments. Confused, he asks why they're here when they were supposed to go to the sewer exit. Mumu reminds him that he's the one who chose to stay with her, and now there's something important she needs to do here before they escape. She explains that the Do Lab is making powerful monsters through biological research. They want to create the strongest living weapons. A research assistant is calmly taking notes when she notices them. She isn't surprised at all. She tells them the professor is in his office and goes to inform him. Wang finds it strange that she isn't alarmed by two strangers, but it turns out the professor and his assistant have been waiting for Mumu. The professor enters and greets Mumu. She demands the gene therapy drug he promised to help cure her grandpa. She even brought the treasure from the vault as payment, but the professor says he doesn't have the drug ready yet. Instead, he talks about his research. He claims he has made progress in combining human and animal DNA and reached a 95% success rate in fusion. He believes he's close to a breakthrough but stopped his funding, supposedly for ethical reasons. The professor doesn't care about those reasons. To him, using human test subjects is a small price for discovering a way to end aging and disease. Wang is disgusted by this. He can't believe the professor is doing experiments on people, but the professor says it's a necessary sacrifice. Mumu beats the assistant and realizes she made a mistake putting her trust in someone like the professor. Wang suddenly feels strange energy in his chest and is pulled into his cube space. Mumu turns around to speak with him but realizes he has disappeared. She assumes he ran away and feels betrayed. Inside the cube, Wang is happy to see the system is finally back online. The obsidian essence has powered it up again. The cube has improved. Its space is now bigger, teleportation distance has doubled, and Wang has a new skill called Divine Detour, which lets him share powers with others for a short time. Back in the lab, Mumu opens all the monster cages, releasing the creatures the professor made. They run wild, just as she hoped. As the Order Keepers get closer, they are attacked by mutated bats. The team leader tells Juga to take care of them. He uses fire powers to burn them to ash. She realizes the bats came from the professor's lab, but she doesn't know how they got out. Then, Shimon senses a powerful energy inside the lab. The leader warns everyone to stay alert. Just as he volunteers to lead the way, a huge lizard drops from the ceiling. Before he can react, it rips out his throat and kills him. The leader is horrified and orders everyone to shoot, but the lizard's skin is too strong for bullets. The lizard attacks again, but this time the leader uses her whip to hold it still. She asks Shimon to finish it. Shimon lands a powerful punch that goes straight through the monster's chest, finally killing it. Meanwhile, Mumu heads toward the sewer exit, but when she turns the corner, she finds a dead end. The rest of the Order Keepers attack. She blocks the first attack but struggles against both of them without Wang. The leader asks if Mumu has any last words, but she stays quiet and prepares to fight. The leader attacks first. Mumu blocks as best she can, but the leader wraps her whip around Mumu's arm. Shimon rushes forward and punches her hard. She survives the first hit but can't survive another. Before Shimon can land the final blow, the leader thanks Mumu for destroying the lab. She says she hated it too. The leader then reveals that all of the Order Keepers were kidnapped as children and experimented on by the professor. Shimon became blind because of it. They all went through a lot of pain. Mumu still thinks that doesn't justify what they've done, but the leader says Mumu can't understand their pain because she had a normal life. Just as Shimon is about to punch again, Wang suddenly appears and knocks him out. He asks if Mumu is okay. She's angry at him for vanishing when she needed him most. The leader is shocked and asks how he got there. Wang doesn't answer. Instead, he warns that more monsters are coming. The leader turns around and sees two lizards approaching. She suggests working together, but Wang just grabs Mumu and teleports away, leaving the others behind. Wang and Mumu arrive in the sewers. She asks how he did it, but Wang keeps his power secret. She doesn't push further. They need to leave quickly. Mumu puts on a diving suit she hid earlier and prepares to escape. Just before they leave, Wang is stopped by the leader of the Do organization. The system warns Wang that this man is extremely dangerous. Wang gets a warning from the system that Li is far stronger than him and shouldn't be challenged. According to Mumu's information, Li was supposed to be out of the country for an assassination mission. However, he came back a month ago after learning that someone was stealing data from the organization. At first, he becomes excited, thinking he'll get to fight someone powerful, but he gets disappointed when he sees it's just weak kids. Mumu panics as Li approaches. He had only planned to kill the intruders, but after some of his men die, he offers Mumu a deal: she can live if she becomes his test subject. Before Li can touch her, Wang grabs his hand and tries to stab him with a dagger. Li blocks the attack easily and transforms his hand into an axe. His codename in the organization is Iron Fist, and Mumu now understands that it's because his fists literally feel like iron. Wang struggles to defend himself, and Mumu tries to help by attacking Li's other hand, but Li bends his arm in a strange way to dodge her attack and dislocates his elbow, surprising Mumu. Her sneak attack angers Li, and he kicks Wang away, turning his focus to her. Just before Li can hurt Mumu, Wang teleports behind him and kicks him in the face. Li doesn't expect this, but he quickly recovers, grabs Wang's leg midair, and slams him into the ground. As Li is about to strike again, Mumu throws a grenade to distract him and tries another sneak attack. Li sees her coming and dodges. Wang attacks again while Li is busy, but this time he teleports during the strike. This surprises Li, and Wang scratches his face. Now Li is slightly nervous. He starts to take them more seriously and asks Wang if his teleportation is a forbidden power. Wang refuses to answer. Li sees him zoning out and punches him so hard that he drops to the ground. Mumu tries to help Wang, but Li is too strong. He knocks her weapon away and ignores her. Wang tells Mumu to duck so he can try another kick, but Li grabs his leg and smashes him down again. Mumu rushes to help again, but Li grabs her hair, punches her in the face until she bleeds, and throws her into the dirty sewer water. He does the same to Wang, who wonders why Li hasn't noticed his teleportation has stopped working. Mumu checks on Wang, who says he's okay but warns her to run. He throws a grenade at Li, which explodes and creates a smoke screen. Using this chance, Wang and Mumu try to escape, but Li appears from the smoke and grabs Mumu, forcing Wang to step in again. Li slams him down with ease. Mumu attacks again, but Li hits her too. Neither can keep up with him. Still, Wang refuses to give up and gets back up. Li, now annoyed, punches him hard and tells him to stay down, but Wang keeps fighting, making Li even angrier. He promises to make Wang suffer. Wang checks with the assistant to see how long the dagger will take. He only needs 1 more minute, but Li keeps walking toward him, and Wang is badly hurt. The system tells him he has multiple fractures and is bleeding badly. Li doesn't understand why Wang is trying so hard. He grabs Wang and starts choking him. While Li is distracted, Mumu sneaks up behind and stabs him in the chest. Wang is surprised she returned, even though she could have escaped. She says she owed him and wanted to repay him. Mumu walks to check on Wang, but the system warns him that Li is still alive. His vitals are stable, which means being stabbed didn't harm him much. Wang quickly warns Mumu to move, and she manages to dodge Li's sudden attack. She tries attacking again, but Li blocks everything and shoots an energy blast while she's in the air, knocking her out. Though her attack didn't do much, Li is still impressed that she managed to hurt him. He pulls out the sword and says he'll kill her with her own weapon. Just then, the system informs Wang that the dagger upgrade is complete. The dagger now has added speed, agility, and an ice attribute. Wang feels hopeful for a moment but is told the upgrade actually failed, and the dagger will explode in 30 seconds. He runs toward Li and stabs him in the hand. It doesn't hurt Li much, but it makes him mad enough to punch Wang far away. Mumu runs after Wang to check if he's okay. Li thinks Wang's attack was foolish and tries to pull the dagger out, but it explodes. The explosion freezes Li completely. Mumu is shocked, but Wang knows this won't hold Li for long. He urges her to run. Mumu is confused because Li looks frozen solid, but Wang knows this will only make him angrier when he breaks free. He pulls Mumu toward a drainage outlet and tells her it's the only escape route. Mumu asks how Wang will escape since only she has the invisibility suit. Wang tells her not to worry about him. Mumu refuses to leave him behind because he has done so much for her, but if she doesn't go now, both of them will die. Li breaks free from the ice and chases after them. Wang pushes Mumu off the tunnel edge to safety and turns to face Li, but just before Li attacks, Wang disappears. Li is stunned, realizing he wasted his full power transformation and still failed to stop them. Meanwhile, Mumu swims out into the ocean, and Wang is hiding in her oxygen tank in his cube form. A few days pass, and Wang has healed from his injuries, but the events at the Rudra facility feel like a strange dream. He still hasn't found Xinyao, Luo, or Shiguqin, and it feels like he's just been running in circles. Later, Mumu finds him and takes him to a meeting. She offers him a superhuman ID and a spot in a special competition. Wang is confused. Mumu explains that they're at a training center used to prepare fighters for the World Superhuman Tournament. She wants him on her team, but Wang quickly refuses. He's already seen how dangerous superhumans are and wants no part of it. He also says he's busy searching for someone important. Mumu already knows Wang is looking for Xinyao and Shiguqin. She offers him valuable information. That's it for today, my fellow men of culture. Make sure to like and subscribe the channel for more.